So we'll come down into constructive rest pose to begin. Taking a comfortable position on the back with the knees bent, feet on the floor in line with the sit bones. Arms spread wider than the mat with the palms up, shoulder blades open. Neck comfortable, you can take a little pillow behind your head. And once you have yourself situated, let yourself drop down into the floor. Give in to the pull of gravity, making as little effort as possible here for a moment, just allowing the body to settle, the breath to move naturally. So we're going to start with the Abdominal Star and then take it inward a bit from there. So I'd like you to please picture a large asterisk resting on your torso. Vertical line from sternum to pubic bone, horizontal line across the hip points, and then the two diagonal lines reaching down from the bottom ribs of one side to the hip point of the other side. Relax and take a moment with that image of that asterisk. As you inhale, picture it. As you exhale, shrink all of the ends of the asterisk towards its center, pulling it down towards the center. This should not change the shape of your lower back curve. And then relax that. And do nothing. Give in to gravity. Relax again and inhale, picture the star. Exhale, shrink it down towards its center. And then relax it with the inhale. And do nothing as you exhale, release into the pull of gravity. Do that one more time, picturing the asterisk resting on the front of the belly. And using an exhale to shrink all of the points towards the center. And then relax it. So your abdominal muscles, of course, are not resting on the front of your belly. They are inward. So I want you to think under the skin, under any, what one of my teachers called stored energy, any layers of fat under the skin. Under that, place that star deeper. So it's at the level of the bones. So think of that deep abdominal star as you inhale. Then as you exhale, shrink it down. And think of, just notice if thinking of it a little bit deeper makes it a bit more subtle. And relax that. And then I'd like you to, at that deep level, picture the horizontal and let it cover the whole low torso from the bottom ribs down, a horizontal band at that deep level. So take an inhale and picture that. And then as you exhale, think of that band, that belt wrapping around deep. And it's actually underneath the other parts of the star. And then relax that. Do that one more time. This is the transversus abdominis. It is like this internal support belt, and it's very deep in, so you have to get yourself mentally down to the level of the bones. Inhale, picturing that belt way down deep, under the skin, under the fat, and to the level of the bones. Exhale, gather it, and then relax. So that's the belt of the transversus. We'll use it to stabilize the neutral pelvis and neutral lower back. With your inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Notice your lower back curve. Pull that belt snug on that deep level and reach your arms back towards the wall behind you, keeping your pelvis steady as you reach back. And then inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, lower them down to the sides. Uh-oh, getting it. Oh. Okay, I've got to plug this in, sorry. Okay, sorry. So again, we'll picture that belt deep down under the skin, under the stored energy. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale, pull the belt snug at the level of your bones. Reach back with your arms, and inhale, arms float up. Exhale, lower the arms down to the sides. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, pull that deep belt snug around and reach the arms back. And then inhale, bring the arms to the ceiling. Pause a moment right there. Let your shoulders drop down and your arm bones drop into the sockets. And then we'll bring the arms out wide and focus on the obliques for a moment. As you inhale, feel your ribs flare. If you're thinking of the X that makes up part of the asterisk of the abdominal star, it actually pulls a little bit wider away from the center. And then on your exhale, you're going to shrink that X down. Unflare your ribs. And then inhale, feel it spread out. And exhale, shrink it down again. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale, shrink the X down. Now keep that X shrinking down and then imprint the back ribs down into the mat. So you're trying to imagine that you could make an impression into your mat with your back ribs. Keep those imprinting. Pull your belt snug. Remember, it's a deep belt, not around the skin, but internal. And then exhale, take a little head lift, keeping your lower back stable. Inhale, lower your head back down. Exhale, lift up with a stable lower back. And inhale, come down. One more time, exhale, lift the head. Pull the belt snug again. See if you can imprint the back ribs a little more firmly, and then inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, flex that foot and extend your leg out. Inhale, bend the knee, and then anchor again and lower down. Keep that belt pulling snug, and inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, flex your foot, extend the leg out long. Inhale, bend your knee. Keep the back ribs imprinting as you lower the foot back down. We'll go back to the right side. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, flex your foot and stretch out long. Inhale, bend the knee and anchor. Lower the foot back down. Keep the belt snug. Keep it deep. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. Inhale, bend the knee and anchor as you lower down. Keep imprinting. Belt snug around the hips. One more time. Inhale, right up. Exhale, flex, extend. Inhale, bend the knee. Anchor, lower the foot down, keep imprinting, and inhale the left foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. Inhale, lower, and anchor, lower the foot. And lower your head down. Relax your arms down by your sides. Slowly turn your head from side to side a couple times to release the neck. And come into the center. Lengthen the back of the neck a little bit more. Pull the chin down towards the notch of the neck and very gently press the back of the head into the floor. And then relax that. Do that again. Press the back of the head into the floor. Relax it. One more time. Gently press down and relax. We'll pull our belt snug around, that deep inner belt around, knit and imprint the ribs. Lift the right foot up. Continue to imprint the ribs and bring the left foot up as well. Keep your shoulders relaxed as you lift that second leg up. And go to pistons. Exhale to lower the right foot down. Tap the toe, come back up. Inhale. Exhale, lower, and inhale, come back up. So we're stabilizing the pelvis, the lower back, and keeping the back ribs imprinting into the mat. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Try to find a right angle behind the knee and maintain that angle so that the movement's all happening in the hip crease. When you're even, side to side, bring one hand to each knee, drop the knees wide, and relax the inner thighs and the front thighs as you stir your thigh bones around your hip socket. It's okay to let the pelvis rock around a little bit if that feels good, and then reverse the circles. Keep that movement of the legs nice and loose. If you're going to let go, if you were to let go with your hands, nothing would be happening. All the motion's happening because you're stirring the legs. And use your hands to pull the knees gently in towards the chest. Lengthen the lower back, lengthen the back of the neck. And we're going to prepare for the 100. We'll use the neutral spine unless your back is a little feeling vulnerable today. In that case, you can flatten the back. So neutral spine, getting that lumbar curve back into place. Find your deep belt. Pull the ribs around, imprint the back ones, and lift the head. Bring your hands down to the floor and press them into the floor to activate the backs of the arms. Lift your feet up as high as your knees, and then extend the legs out long. We're going to do an external rotation with the legs today, and then exhale for 5 pulses of the arms, and inhale for 5 pulses. Exhale for 5, and inhale for 5. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Take a moment to re-envision that belt. Exhale for 5. Belt is wrapped around snug. One more set. Exhale, and inhale. Good. Unrotate the legs. Bring them to parallel. Bend them. And pull the knees gently into the chest. I'm going to straighten the left leg out onto the floor. And extend the right leg straight up to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg. Reconnect with your inner core. Let your ribs knit and imprint. And keep your pelvis still. Circle your right leg around 5 times. You can put your hands on your pelvis to monitor. So there's no variation in the position of the pelvis. Reverse the circles after 5, keeping the relationship between the pelvis and the ribs steady. Now we're going to keep this leg straight. Use the left hand on the right leg and pull to a spinal twist. So the left hand might be on the foot or could be on the thigh, depending on how long your hamstring is. Once you're into the twist, relax the right shoulder. And if it's really too much to keep your leg straight, just go ahead and bend the knee and put your left hand on your right knee. Now we're going to bend the knee to come out of the twist, move on to the back, and bring the left leg in to join the right leg. Then we stretch the right leg down onto the floor. Feel the connection between the tailbone and the floor. Extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Feel the neutral pelvis. Wrap your belt around. Find your ribs. And 5 circles each direction. Keeping the hips steady and the ribs imprinted. 5 one way and then 5 the other. Then keep the left leg straight. Use your right hand and pull the leg down to the twist on the right. Again, you could be touching anywhere from the thigh to the foot. And if it's really too much to leave the leg straight, bend your knee. Place the right hand on the left knee. Wherever you end up in the twist, you can relax and breathe slowly. And then we bend the knee and roll to the back. Bring both knees into the chest. And lower one foot and then the other. Pause a moment. Back in constructive rest pose. Now we're going to engage the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs. Tilt the pelvis so that the lower back is flat. Straighten one leg out with the back flat. And then the other leg out with the back flat. Keep the back flat and take your arms up overhead. And press the whole back of the body down into the mat. And relax that. We'll do a side bend, walking the feet a little to the left, tilting the upper body a bit to the left. Notice your right hip and your right ribs. You're going to try to keep them down on the floor. Cross the right ankle over the left. Grab a hold of the right wrist and stretch the whole right side. Keep your right hip down. Keep your right ribs down. Breathe into the right side. And return to the center. Stretch long. Press the back of the body down to the mat. Then walk the feet a little to the right and the upper body to the right. Now we'll take the left ankle over the right and grab a hold of the left wrist. Stretch the left side, keep the left hip down, the left ribs down. Slow breath here. And then return to the center, uncross the feet, arms up overhead. We're going to do a roll up. You can bring your hands to the sides of the thighs on the first one to help you get up. So we'll flatten the spine down on the exhale. Inhale the arms up. Touch the outer legs and roll yourself up. And gently hang down over the legs. Relax the neck and shoulders. Now, if you needed to raise your feet or push your hands on the floor to get up, don't come all the way down. You're just going to come part way down, as far down as you can come with your feet on the floor, and stay there and hover, okay? So just keep breathing if you didn't get up smoothly, and you're going to hover so you can strengthen those muscles. If you got up smoothly, come on down and reach the arms back again. Flatten the spine down again with the exhale, with the inhale. Up you go. Hands can come on the outer thighs, scoop the belly. And if you were hovering, lean forward towards the feet and stretch the backs of the legs again. And we'll go down. Again, hover if you didn't make it up smoothly the first time. This is great. I mean, anybody can do this if you want. It's a great place to strengthen at any particular stage. If you want to do one more roll up, reach back. Flatten the spine. Inhale the arms up. And come on up slowly. And stretch forward. Feel the length in the back of the hamstrings. Now everybody sit tall. Bring your arms up around your ears. Scoop your belly and keep your arms around your ears and go back just a little bit. Only as far back as you can go with your arms framing your ears. That might just be a tiny bit. It might just be upright. So stay there with your arms around your ears. And then we're going to come slowly down, pulling the belly to the spine, bringing your arms forward as you need to do that to counterbalance. And keep your feet on the floor as you come slowly down through the spine. Once you're all the way down, reach back, lengthen. And again, we'll flatten the spine down towards the floor. Then inhale the arms to the ceiling. And exhale, arms down to the sides. Let's bend the knees so we have the feet on the floor in line with the sit bones again. And prepare for the abdominal series. Take a moment to picture that asterisk again and let it sink down into the body, into the level of the bones. Take an inhale, picturing that deep abdominal star. And exhale on the deep level, engage and especially concentrate on your belt. And then concentrate on your imprint. And we'll raise one foot up. Keep imprinting and lift the other foot up. Knit the ribs together in the front as you lift your head, and we're going to the single leg stretch. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Hands on the bent leg without actually pulling them, just touching and switching the legs. Chin to the chest, elbows lifted high and wide, shoulders dropped. And we'll proceed right into the double leg stretch. If you need a break, of course, take one. As you exhale, knit the ribs together in the front, imprint them in the back. Reach both arms and legs away from the center. And then inhale, circle the arms and bring the knees back to the chest. Exhale, reach out. And inhale, come around, one hand to each knee. Exhale, reach away from the center. Be sure that you're keeping your lower back stable and your back ribs imprinted. Exhale out. Inhale, come back in, and we'll bring the head down for a moment. Pull the knees into the chest and turn the head slowly from one side to the other. Return to the center. Reestablish your neutral tabletop. That's a neutral lumbar spine, feet as high as the knees. Reconnect with the deep core muscles, the knitting and imprinting of the ribs. Lift your head, and we'll do the single straight leg, one leg up, one leg down, and then switch. Big scissors. Go slowly, and you can pull the top leg in towards your chest, stretching the hamstring. Keep your elbows out wide, your chin into your chest. Now both legs will go up, hands come behind the head. Reconnect with your deep star, stabilizing your neutral spine. Lower both feet down and both legs up. Keep the back ribs imprinted, lower, and come back up. Lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. One more time, lower, and lift. Bend the knees, put your head down, hug the knees, and again turn the head from side to side. And back to the center, reset neutral tabletop. Find your deep abdominal star engagement. Bring the hands behind the head, lift the head. Check that your back ribs are imprinted, your front ribs are knitted. Stable pelvis, bicycle the legs, and take a big diagonal reach of the armpit over, the opposite armpit over to the bending knee. So really turn the chest, keep the elbows out wide. Try not to reach with the elbow, but reach with the armpit. And then again, hug the knees, put the head down, relax the neck. And lower one foot at a time to the floor. And pause a moment. Okay, let's turn over onto the stomach. Hands under the forehead for a moment. Feet a little separated. Relax the legs. Relax the buttocks, the belly. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the face. Then we'll bring the hands down to the sides with the palms up, forehead on the floor. You should put your forehead down. If it's uncomfortable, then turn your head. Try not to be with your chin on the floor because that really compresses the back. So you can be either on your cheek or your forehead. Bring the legs close together. Find your deep belt. Pull your ribs together. And then as you exhale, lift everything up. Head, arms, chest, legs. Think of your thighs lifting up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And then lower down. Again, support around the low torso. Pull the ribs in. And lift with your exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades. And relax back down. One more time. Exhale, support the lift. And lower down. Relax a moment. And then we're going to come up into the Sphinx. Elbows directly under the shoulders. Feel that deep bend in the lower back. Then pull your pubic bone to your belly button. Push your forearms down into the floor. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Keep your pelvis still as you bend one knee at a time and kick, kick, and kick, kick. Single leg kick, 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 and kick, kick. Chest open, tail tucking between the legs. We'll do one more set. Release. Now we're going to bring the, actually come up onto the knees with the forearms still down on the mat and your fingers interlaced. And we're going to go for a plank. So find the low core, wrap around the pelvis, pull your ribs, wrap your belt around your hips, your waist, pull your ribs in, and extend one leg out. Push down into your forearms, pull your ribs together, extend the other leg out, and find a low plank. Stay here and breathe. Think of The heels and the crown of the head moving away from each other. Shoulders down the back, ribs together in the front. So make sure you're not slumping either into the lower back of the shoulders. Really important to push the forearms into the floor and pull the belly button towards the spine. And then one knee at a time, bend, then down to the mat. Move your hip back to your heels. Take the child's pose for a moment and stretch the back. And then let's turn over onto the left side. Knees comfortably bent. So we've got the knees towards the front of the mat and the feet down directly underneath you. Let's find the belt wrapping around the hip. Tilt your right hip forward a little bit and put your hand right onto that bone. So you're pushing your bone into your hand, and then keep pushing that bone forward as you roll your right leg out in the socket to lift the knee. Exhale as you lift. Make sure that the belt is snug around your hips. Sorry, we're going to do 15. There's 3 sets of 5. When you're done with those 5, we'll straighten both legs out, stacking the legs up, and then tilting the right hip just a little forward. If it's hard to keep the balance, bring your fingertips onto the mat in front of you. Wrap your belt around your hips and your waist, and then pull your organs up off the floor towards the ceiling. Feel your ribs knitting together. As you exhale, lift both legs up. And then we're going to lift and lower the top leg 5 times. And then go into an external rotation. Turn both legs out in the socket and scissor. Top leg up, bottom leg down. Lift and close to the center. Open the scissors and bring them back. Do that 3 more times, or 2 more times. No, 3 more times for 5. Coming to the center, do 10 little pulses. Heels are pulsing together. And then bring the legs to parallel. Flex your feet back and then squeeze the toes. Point the feet, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex. Toes are open. Reach them. Squeeze your toes and pull back. Reach out with the toes. And squeeze and pull back 1 more time. And release back down. Let's just take a quick little stretch. Bring your right knee to the floor in front. Open your right arm out to the side. And bring both knees into the chest for a moment. And then turn over onto the right side. Legs bend at 45 degrees. Put your left hand on your left hip and drop the left hip forward a little. Feel your belt. And then 15 external rotations here. Keeping the left hip forward as you roll the thigh out in the socket. 3 sets of 5. Relax and straighten both legs out. Feet a little forward of the hips. Tilt the left hip slightly forward, hand on the waist or fingertips on the floor. Feel your belt wrap around your hips. Lift your organs up off the floor, pull your ribs together, and lift both legs up. And lift and lower the top leg 5 times. And then roll both legs out of the socket. So you're going to turn out, heels are touching, and then scissor. 5 scissors. And then we'll stay in the turnout and do 10 little pulses. And then roll the thighs to parallel and flex the feet back. Squeeze the toes, point the feet, fan the toes out wide and flex them back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex, and reverse it. Reach with the toes spread wide and squeeze and pull back. Open the toes and reach, squeeze and pull back one more time. And then lower both legs. Let your left knee drop towards the mat in front of you and open out so your left arm is stretching out towards the wall on the left. And then come to the back again. Bring the knees into the chest. Gently pull the knees in close. Feel the lower back stretch. Lengthen the back of the neck. Gently press the back of the head down. Then keep your back flat. Lower one foot down. Keep the back flat. Lower the other foot. If you have a pillow, you should take it out now. So our back is flat. And we're going to finish up with a pelvic lift. Push into the feet and roll one vertebra at a time up off of the mat. And then come back down. Back ribs imprinting, scooping the belly button down, rolling down through the lower spine, and then releasing, tailbone down, relax. We'll do it twice more. Start by engaging the low core muscles, the belt, then tilt your pelvis. Pull your ribs together in the front and imprint them in the back. Push into the feet. Lift your hips up. And move one vertebra at a time to come back down. And relax. One more time. Feel the belt snug first. Tilt the pelvis. Pull the ribs in, imprint them, and press into the feet to raise the hips. And bring it back down. And relax. And then roll to your side. Use your top hand to push yourself up. Bend your knees. And just gently rest your forehead down towards your knees. Gentle stretch of the back to finish up. And then to come out of that, raise your chest away from your thighs for a moment. Re-engage your low core, and then using your core, fingertips if you need to, come up to standing. Stand tall. Equal weight on each foot, lifted through the crown of the head. Roll the arms out in the sockets. And relax the shoulders. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks a lot. See you Saturday. Have a good rest of the day. Bye. Hey, Muriel. Hey, Craig. Bye-bye.